Welcome back out to Somerset Place State Historic Site. We are standing behind the Colony House, which currently serves as our visitor center near the domestic dependencies. These specialized structures and the enslaved people who worked within them supported the lifestyle of the Collins family. The only structure in this group that is not original is the equipment building here, which stands on the site of a mysterious building from the Plantation era. Archaeological excavations undertaken by William S. Tarleton between 1952 and 1954 uncovered the foundations of a building that he believed to be the bathhouse. We have yet to uncover any primary source documents that confirm the existence of a bathhouse on the plantation, but his conclusion is supported by the testimonial of local carpenter Renzi Sawyer. He lived at Somerset during his teenage years around the turn of the 20th century, and state parks personnel later interviewed him around 1943. Renzi estimated the bathhouse to be 10 feet wide by 20 feet long, which Tarleton's excavations corroborated. In reporting on his work, Tarleton wrote that, quote, "the building in size and scale was the same as the main part of the kitchen storehouse," which fact would seem to suggest that it had its origin in the same period with the storehouse. This points to a construction date of circa 1830, and the bathhouse was also built like the other dependencies, so it would have been a cypress frame structure with pine flooring and clapboard siding. The building had two large rooms that each had a fireplace along the central wall. Each room had its own door opening to the east and two windows. Renzi also remembered that each room had a large zinc bathtub, which stood next to the hearths along the central wall. The fireplaces were used to heat water for the tubs, and bathtubs from the mid-19th century were usually made of copper or zinc, and indoor plumbing was very rare. The Collins family, even with their wealth and luxury, did not have indoor plumbing, but rather relied on chamber pots and occasionally an outdoor privy, like Krista covered in a previous episode that we will be linked later in this video. When it came to bathing, which was done sporadically and usually without full-body immersion or soap, bathtubs were expensive. Skilled tinsmiths delicately crafted tubs out of a single sheet of metal to reduce leakage. The fact that the Collinses may have had two emphasizes their affluent lifestyle. Enslaved persons would have filled the tubs by hand using buckets. They also would have emptied the tubs either by hand or through a drain that led to the adjacent brick drainage ditch. The structure itself stood here until Renzi Sawyer moved the building and attached it as a shed to the nearby storehouse where he lived. The shed faced the dependencies, and when the storehouse was captured in a photograph in the late 1920s, it appears that the shed was no longer standing. Decades later, in preparation for Somerset Place to open as a state historic site, an equipment and boiler building was constructed in October and November of 1968. It was built to the same specifications and with the same materials as the original bathhouse would have been, and totals 245 square feet. Be sure to subscribe to our channel as well and ring that bell to receive notifications about our latest videos. Thank you for joining us today, and we hope to see you here at Somerset Place for a guided tour.